amazing, absolutely amazing. I want to thank you all for coming to help me celebrate my year of 80, because who knew 80 was even a thing? And what I'm going to tell you is that 80 is the new 80. It defies description. And the generation I come from, we call ourselves the fun generation. So now, as I become an octogenarian, yes, that's such a word, I say that our generation is going to be CooloGenarians. So no octogenarians here. As I look out at all of you,
Anybody there?
I kind of wonder who's going to be next to make this magical journey towards being a CooloGenarian.
And who's over there?
I happen to think Marty is next, coming up in June. And I happen to know, where's Barbara and Steve Trick, coming up in December. Woohoo! Anybody else want to confess to becoming an octogenarian, CooloGenarian? I'm just delighted that I have so many family and friends here today. I'd like to thank my wonderful husband who's looking at a cell phone for paving the way for me. You've done it with style and grace. Walter turned 80 during COVID, and he's been a wonderful source of support and a gentle guidance. My favorite sister, Celeste, oh, there she is. She's my magical unicorn. She did all the decorations, and they're amazing. And she is here with her husband, Steve, but I call you brother. And my two nephews are here. My nephew, where's Stevie? They're my number one nephew, because he was born first, is here with his beautiful wife and daughter, Samantha. Kelly and Samantha, we're glad you're here. They drove up from Tampa this morning and will be driving back afterwards. And it just makes my heart happy to see that. And my nephew, Edward, number two, is our DJ for the day, and his beautiful daughter. Is here, and we're glad that Nicole has joined us too. This is so special. I love it because 80 is just a number. It's no big deal. My nieces are here as well. One of the Lauras is here, but the other Laura hasn't come. But Walter's favorite sister, Dina, is here. Wave your hand, Dina. And we are so glad that she has bought a home in White Springs, and now she's part of our tribe, and we welcome you. I've been richly blessed with friends and feel so fortunate, and I have a lot of friends that live right here in White Springs, and I want you to know that my White Springs bestie is here. Anne is probably shocked that I'm singling her out, but she is here fresh from the chicken scratch runway, wearing Farm Girl chic, which she is debuting today. The instigators for this party are Dottie and Melissa. Dottie and Melissa have gone all out. I have been blown away by the planning. Hey, Stinky. Hey, Stinky. Hey, Melissa. I'm just giving kudos to you guys for being the bestest instigators or incitators or whatever you guys are. I love it. Oh, I love that. I love it. I love it. But there are a lot of friends that are working behind the scenes. You can see we have a lot of magical spirits rushing back and forth with their white chef's hats on, and it's been a lot of fun putting this together. I want to thank not just Dottie and Melissa, but Carol Staub has been in the kitchen, Beth Daniel, Roberta Lacefield, that photography book that you did, the photographs are amazing, and oh my gosh, and here she's still working. Chris Cantarzi has contributed. Judy Tudor has contributed. Julie Williams, Lucinda got roped into making cupcakes at the last minute. You guys have been amazing. Of course, having this gathering in the park makes me very happy as well. When I first came here in White Springs, the moment I crossed the bridge, I knew that White Springs would be my forever home and that this was where I was meant to be. So it's been such an important part of my life, and the park has been central to everything that I've ever done. So it makes me extra happy to see Johnny and his mother, Miss Mary Lou, here. Johnny, his mother, and the late Wade Bullard were the first to welcome me to White Springs. Back in the day, Johnny. And that year in November, Johnny turned 16, and his party was held in the admin building. It was the very first gathering held in the park. That was an outside source. And we've had lots of fun over the years. Johnny always told me, he'd say, Miss Merri, I may not be here for a long time, but I am here for a good time. And that has served me well, because we are the fun generation. I have a lot of friends here today from my college years in Tallahassee, and I'm happy to see them. Barbara Schwartz, it's wonderful to see you here with Marty. Shabal, where are you sitting? Oh, she's way back there. Hey Shabal. And Willie and Melissa are here. I got a nice letter from Peggy. Peggy was the first folklorist I ever met in my entire life, and we became fast friends when she moved here shortly after I did. But she is celebrating her anniversary in Mexico and did not invite me, and I was her matron of honor. There's something stinky about that. I mean, really, what can we say? Oh my goodness, we've got Barb and Ron, where are they? There's Barb and Ron, Becky and Eric. I'm so glad you made the journey. Where are they? Oh, I know I can't see a thing. You know, I'm 80, I can't see. Let's see. Willie and Melissa, did I call y'all? Y'all are here, yes, okay. Nori and Kurt, Lloyd and Amy, I'm so glad y'all made it. And friends from Swanee High, that's really back in the day. We've got Sheila and Danny, Chris and Joe, Kathy and John, Sharon, Lila, and hey, gang, aren't you glad we were retired? I know I am. And to my White Springs tribe, the usual suspects, thank you for the fun over the years. Boots and John, where's Granddaddy? Granddaddy strike pose. Oh, by the way, neighbor Bruce couldn't make it, but he did say he would sing happy birthday at the appointed time, and you know how big his voice is. I'm sure we'll hear him. Sharon and Jem are here, Ann and Eric, George and Judy, Julie, Scott, I've seen y'all wandering around. Of course, Dennis and Dottie Price have been friends forever. Randy Madison, Melissa Russell, Carol, Beth, Chris and Deb, Roberta and John, and Julie and Mike, the usual suspects. We've had a lot of fun over the years, haven't we? And I'm going to take a moment to just remember some friends that aren't with us that have impacted my life. First of all, I want to remember Barbara Clark and Phyllis Bosco. We had a lot of fun with them in Tallahassee, and I know a lot of you don't know who I'm talking about. But we dearly miss Sherry and Paul, and I want you to know that their daughter Sarah made the flamingo cookies and sent them today. And she was one of my former students and has certainly surpassed my culinary skills, I'll be honest about that. Asa, Barney, I think they're looking down and smiling. And somebody that impacted my life from Tallahassee was Isabel Fiorello. I knew Isabel as a fixture in Tallahassee in the 70s before I came here. Isabel was very much attached to the Lemoyne Art Gallery, and I admired her so much. I loved her style. She had a great fashion sense. I wanted to be like her when I grew up. And after I moved here, I lost touch with Isabel. And about 30 years later, I was at a party at Melissa's house, and I walked in and I said, Isabel, what are you doing here? She said, Merri, what are you doing here? And Melissa walked out and said, how do you know my mother? So you never know how you're going to touch somebody's life. We all go round and round. And what I want y'all to know as a takeaway from today is that you have all enriched my life in ways that you will never know. Because we're still talking about the stories and the funny things and the wonderful things and the amazing things that are happening. After lunch, Celeste, that's my favorite sister in case y'all haven't picked up on that, she might be going to remember some stuff from the family, but hopefully not the secrets. My favorite husband is going to close out the remarks. And if there should be frolicking and dancing in the meantime, I welcome that, but it's mandatory that we do the hokey pokey exactly at 2 o'clock, and that will make me happy. So, let's have a birthday blessing from Walter's favorite sister.